So, escape room. Group of disparate people receive a puzzle with an invitation to play a game. One's a high flyer, one's a reclusive student, one is a sort of stonery type grocery store attendant, one's a truck driver, one's a feisty woman. They all come together, they arrive at the allotted place. If they get through the game, they get $10,000. And then there's one kid there who's done all these things many times before, and he seems to know the ropes. And then while they're in the waiting room, they suddenly realise that the game's already begun. And there's a door handle which comes off, but there's an oven dial on the door handle. Somebody finds a copy of Fahrenheit 451. Turn the oven dial to 451. Oh no, that turns on the heat. Suddenly the room becomes a hot room. How are they going to get out of it? They've got to find the clues, which have got the key that will get them out of the hot room. And then we go from there, a succession of rooms with a succession of dangers. And each room seems to be connected to something that is in the past of one of the members. This is not the best clip in the world, but to set it up, they enter a room which is a bar room upside down with an old telephone.
Hello? Son of a...
Guys! Hey, this door up here doesn't have a handle. I think we're looking for a doorknob. Let's see what we can find.
Hey, the 8-ball. It's missing from the pool table. Look at that. Let me check these cue rats. Maybe there's something over here we can use.
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of a visual clip, but
spoiled a good bit of Petula Club.
No, but that goes on all the way through the scene and becomes more twisty and sort of weirdy and hallucinogenic. So the whole kind of, let's play a game riff is very well worn. At one end of the spectrum, you've got the Saw series of movies, which is basically a series of excuses to drill people's eyes out whilst moralising about things they've done in their past. At the other end, you've got Fermat's Room, which is that Spanish thriller from 2007, which is actually, I think, a really interesting film. And then you've got the sort of young adult versions, which can be Maze Runner or Hunger Games. Let's play a game, it's a deadly game. This is basically Fermat's Room for dummies. The setup makes no sense. The logistics are absolutely preposterous. The payoff is beyond silly. The plot is essentially Crystal Maze meets Unbreakable, with neither the depth of the latter nor the, sort of fun time silliness of the former. On Wikipedia, brilliantly, it lists the plot as follows. Some people locked in a room try and escape. Which is, I think that's the act of it. However, that said, as something which is constructed as a series of one-off set pieces, it actually has some kind of upmarket B-movie charm. The bit when they're trapped in the fiery room is quite claustrophobic. The bit when they're in the icy place is actually quite chilling. The bit when they're in the strangely familiar hospital is actually a bit strangely weird. It's directed by Adam Robitel, who made Insidious Last Key, and who does know how to put tab A into slot B, even when the plot goes A, X, P, Y, force. It is completely all over it. So it is total nonsense. It makes no sense. And on a sort of narrative, how do we construct this puzzle? It has nothing of the slick intellectual rewards that something like Fermat's Room would have, which at least makes you think at the end of it, oh, that puzzle fitted together nicely. But I'd be lying if I didn't admit that whilst I was watching it this morning in Finchley Road as one of only two people in the cinema, because it was the 10 o'clock performance, the individual set pieces, I didn't think, oh, that's actually quite well done. That's so rubbish, but perfectly well made rubbish.